Hello, welcome to this week's Travel Talk show. We're going to get started right away. We do have some very special guests with us today because we are going to Tuscany and we're going to learn about a great destination cooking school in Tuscany. We do have this up on our website, and I'll get either Irene or Debbie to post a link in the chat to the website, and we'll mention that again later for those who've missed it. But very special welcome to George and Linda Meyers, and they are joining us all the way from Tuscany, from Cook In Tuscany, and they're going to tell us all about their great destination cooking school. So
I can't wait. I'm drooling.
Yeah, me too. So welcome, George and Linda, and thank you so much for staying up so late to join us.
We're here.
Oh, you're there.
We're super excited. Tell everybody about everything. We're here in our 400-year-old kitchen here at La Chiusa in the heart of Tuscany, and this is where we do some of our cooking classes, so we're super excited.
And we do a little bit of drinking here too. I hope you like wine.
Well, I think we have the right crowd for that. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. You're preaching to the choir, I think.
Yes, I'm not, as you know, you probably were thinking that I'm the boss of everything, but I hate to burst your bubble, but Linda's actually in charge. But I am the boss of the wine, so you have to be nice to me.
Okay.
So there are some, okay?
George is in charge of all the wines, about 32 a week. He is really the expert when it comes to the wines.
Yes,
Wow.
we have a really big store, but when you spend a week cooking with us, you will drink, not taste. You will drink 32 different wines.
Wow.
And when you come with us, I mentioned that it's all you can drink, all you can eat for the week. So yes, but we will taste about over 40. And one night we actually do a 8-course meal with 8 different wines in the vineyard. So
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
It's a very special.
yeah,
it really is.
yeah. This is my dream trip. I can't tell you how excited I am for this trip. So, and I know we've been getting feedback from the ladies as we posted it, and we know we've got some great interest in this.
Definitely.
So tell us a bit about your background. How did you, I know you're Americans originally, from Virginia, I believe, and now you're cooking people in Tuscany. So how did that happen?
Well, so most of you are probably thinking that I was a movie star because I'm a lookalike for Tom Cruise and all them guys, but nope, I'm not. I'm not really not. I'm just a regular old guy from New Orleans.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry.
I'm glad you cleared up that. I'm glad you cleared up that confusion.
I don't know where I got Virginia, but New Orleans is
Yes,
awesome.
but I know. Okay, but yes, I know. But by the time you get here, some people probably forget and still think that. That's okay.
Believe me, I will remind you, George is not a movie star.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
So the real story is, George and I are both from New Orleans. We're high school sweethearts. We've been married for 33 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that long. We have 2 great adult children. One of them works here with us. She is really a big part of the company. And, New Orleans is about food, and our families were always large, bring everybody. We believe food connects culture to people and connects people. And it was just kind of like a natural way that in the food and tourist entertaining business.
You know what I always tell people that you go to the Grand Canyon and you talk about how great the Grand Canyon is, but you know what you really talk about is the restaurant where you had that great meal when you were by the Grand Canyon. You know, it's always about food. When you think about going on vacation and going on, it's always about, man, remember that? Remember that? You know, we did have the Grand Canyon we were looking at, but we were eating all that food. Yeah. So for us, it's always been about memorable meals and memorable, you know, I'll say, memorable events. How's that?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what makes your trip. And that's for us, that's what brought all this about. So, yes.
No, I love it. I think it's just perfect.
Yeah.
So how did you end up, like, you know, we're still a long way from New Orleans to now, how do you pronounce the name of the town that you live near, the village?
Montefiorino.
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 We didn't have that.
Well,
Not many did.
now the really cool thing about coming here is we're not on a tourist trap. We're not on a tourist route. We overlook, though, you can see off the back patio Cortona, which is under the Tuscan sun, and Montefiorino, which is visit us during a week. Montefiorino is 8 kilometers away, but you have to come here. You have to want to come here. So the village looks like it did 2,000 years ago.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Beautiful.
And La Cusa, where you guys are staying, as we talked about a little bit earlier before this was actually the outpost, and the Roman road came up the hill behind here, and the guards would stop and collect the taxes here in the 200s and 300s for the Romans when they were coming up for the people on the roads for the taxes. And in fact, 2 or 3 of the roads, the inner walls are where the guards would sit with the arrows and stuff and stop people. So the history is amazing around here.
Yeah, it's really incredible.
Yeah. That was a long story for how to pronounce Montefiorino.
Montefiorino is a beautiful little village where really it's untouched by tourism, and nobody wants to touch it. It's so beautiful and it's quaint, and our villagers are very welcoming. People want us to be here. They want to visit with people. So you really come and become part of, you're comfortable walking. We're only a 3-minute walk into the walls of the old village. And people love going up there, walk around. They can see the old Medici medallions above the doors. You can see some of the tunnels. It's really a beautiful place.
The really cool thing about this is it's local. You're with us. Everyone you meet is our friends. We've known them for 10 years, and over 10 years. And you truly do become like a local. You wave to the ladies out the windows. They wave to you. Go to the grocery store and go to the farms in different places. It's as I tell people, I can't tell you how the rest of Italy does it, but when you leave here, you will definitely know what we do here, the way we eat, what we do, how we live. Okay.
Interesting. So that's amazing. So how long have you been there at that village?
Oh, goodness. So we've been in the village quite a while, but we just 2 years ago purchased La Cusa. And we live here on the property now. We're renovating as we go, like this year, because we had a little extra time. We've redone our reception. We have a brand new, beautiful pool going in.
Oh, nice.
And a unique little story was when we purchased it 2 years ago, we didn't really know everything we were getting. We got 1,000 olive trees, so we now are an organic olive oil farm. We have 2 beautiful new gardens. And then George, on one of his walks, went and looked behind these branches because we have all these beautiful Roman walls all over the property. And he found a tiny little door, opened it, and come to find out there was a room that nobody even knew was there. And we found some old farm equipment and an old piece of furniture that we're having redone. So it's a really fun place to just explore.
Yes, definitely. Yes, and you know what's really good? We knew nothing about restaurants and hotels, so it seemed like the perfect decision. Nothing. So it's really good. It's good, yes. So if you ever, we always tell everybody, we do a lot of talks. Well, Linda does a lot of talks on how to change your life. And her thing is, look, just do it. Or what he actually always says, you tell me your dream, but what are you doing about it?
What are you doing about
And we talk a lot about that here because here it's, in Italy, at least in this part, it's all about passion. And we love introducing people during the week to everybody who you meet. They followed their passion. They stopped doing what they were doing. They followed their passion. And it's really exciting, and people leave here with an energy about them to go and change your life. Or just not everything, but it changes little things. And so it's really cool. We have some outstanding friendships with people from, in fact, we've actually went on trips with them with their birthdays and different things. We actually went on safari last summer with a lady who turned 50 because she brought 10 of her closest friends, and Linda and I happened to be able to go.
Oh, wow.
It'd be nice. It was nice to go over the plan, so it was really cool.
It's really unique because George and I really, and Whitney, we really try to, we don't want you to come on a trip and just be a tourist. We want you to feel like you're visiting us. The hotel is open. The kitchen is open. There's always some kind of fresh biscotti or cake or something sitting out. We want you to feel like this is your home for the whole week. So you're welcome to come in and out and go and taste and see. And we really want that local flavor like we eat all the time. So we make fresh pasta every day. We make fresh sauces. We do beautiful things that are in season. And we eat local. And we do everything that's really like you would if you lived here.
It's quite amazing because, it's, as I said, it's about following your passion and doing that. But it's, Linda and I are with you all the time.
Yep.
And to give you a little bit of a history about us, I'm sorry, I'm with you sometimes. Sometimes you get Whitney. And everyone goes,
I give everybody a little bit of a break, and we put George away for a little while.
but guess what, guys? You haven't met my really good friend Flavio, and it's a night to remember.
Oh, it's a night.
Just when I say Flavio, which you're visiting, that's what it is. Yes, we have a good time. But anyway, but part of our history is I was a pilot in the Air Force, retired as a colonel a couple of years ago. Well,
Golly,
14 years ago now, getting old. But when we would live in different places, we lived all over the place. Like if we lived in San Francisco and you came to visit with us, we could take you to San Francisco. We would take you to the restaurants. We'd take you to different places. And in one day, we could see all the highlights. And part of that is just like if I came to your towns, you go to a restaurant and go, don't worry about ordering because you're going to have this here. This is what we're going to have. And when we came here, that's kind of the way this all started. We started doing that with visitors, with friends and family. And then it got to the point where we didn't know people who were coming because they were friends of friends. And it went, hey, Linda, we are doing this with people we don't know. So that's the way it all started. So you do hang out with us and you do the things that we love to do and that we do every day. I mean, like when you're not here, we actually go eat at these restaurants and hang out with these people. So it is fun. So when you go to a restaurant, I'm like, don't order. We already got it. This is what you're going to get here. It's kind of like they tell you, don't order fish in the middle of the desert, something like that. So.
We want you to not have to think about anything too much. We want you to come and be totally immersed in just the views and wine and the food. And we don't want you to have to think about it too much.
Okay.
So that's why we plan everything for you. We don't want you to have to think and have to go through every menu and everything. We're going to take care of all that for you. So you're calm, you're relaxed, you're in.
Oh, look, you've got the slides up, Marianne.
Yeah, I thought, because I've got some pictures. I actually stole some from your website. But I thought it was nice to show people.
I took all those pictures.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them too.
Okay, so they'll just scroll through kind of in the background. I thought while we talked, you can see the different pictures of different things.
So you guys have a hotel. You guys have a hotel and restaurant, correct?
Right. And I just want to say, before we go to the hotel restaurant, I think we ought to take a poll with your viewers. They may want to see me and not those slides. I'm not sure. Okay? Well, but anyway, besides that, we do have 18 rooms here at our hotel, and we have the restaurant, which makes it really cool because Linda's the boss of all this, so whatever you get to do, it's with us. So it's really cool because even the password for the Wi-Fi is called Linda. So that's the password for Linda. But it's really nice because we control it, so anything you want, is here for you.
Nice.
For breakfast on. Like Linda said, you truly do walk in the kitchen anytime you want and get whatever you want. It's that way. The chefs, everybody here, you'll know their names by the time you leave. Everybody will.
Oh, wow. And is that where we'll have cooking classes?
So we have 2 classes here with 2 different nonas. And then we go out to an organic farm one day and we make Tuscan bread, focaccia in a 600-year-old oven, brick oven. And we make cheese, pepperoni cheese. Yeah. And then the 2 other days we go to someone else's kitchen.
The cheese, did I mention that it's going to be milk in the morning from the goats? We're going to eat it for lunch from the sheep. We're going to eat that fresh cheese. Yeah. We're going to make it, us as a group.
Now, this is a good time to ask about people with different dietary sensitivities. Like obviously, if you're if you're vegan, for instance, or just no dairy intolerant, is there still a workaround for that?
Hey, real quick though, just that slide that you're showing right there, that's us. That's the olive trees and that's the village.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So yes, we can accommodate any kind of dietary needs. I don't eat any red meat or pork myself, so it's very easy for me to do those menus. The only real dietary need I can't really do is celiac. I can do if you are sensitive to flours or anything. Gluten-free, if you just want to be gluten-free, not a problem. But if you're celiac, because these kitchens are so old and pasta really is king, we can't promise no cross-contamination. But everything else, vegan, vegetarian, no dairy, no fruit. We've had people that have sugar, all of that.
The great thing about it, guys, is what you see, if you're going to see when you cook, we hate to give the secret away, but your food is what you put in it, and you actually taste your food. So pasta is really about eating pasta. It's not about a bunch of sauce and then throw some spaghetti in there. So 4 and 5 ingredients and that's it. So we do control what goes in.
Right.
And at the restaurant, it's different anywhere we are. And when you're going to see that, when you start cooking with us, you're like, wow, this is really easy and simple. And it truly is about tasting your food. And I think we've lost that in North America. I think we've lost that, because I know when I do it, when I get back, get to know what I have patterns is how much can I put in my sauce and my recipe? What else do I have in my kitchen, my freezer? Right?
Yeah, and my spice cupboard.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't use many spices here. People have the misconception that, Italians throw all this garlic in there. And when they put garlic in something, it's usually just one little bitty clove, and it's usually removed before you actually have to serve the dish. It's just an enhancer. It's not a flavor.
Okay. Look at this beautiful room. Is that one of the rooms?
Oh, isn't that?
Yes, that's one of the rooms.
And every room is different.
Every room is different.
Every room is different. It's amazing. And yes. So you got to think, we're talking 1,700 years.
Wow.
This was an olive mill. And when you get here, I'll talk about the history of the place because it's really cool. And I love history. We can look right off the back patio, and it's quite a patio back there.
Nice.
We'll get the lake.
I don't know if there's a picture coming up. Hey, Marianne, is there a picture coming up of that? Do you know? Or it seems to be stuck here a little bit on the bed. Oh, isn't that pretty?
Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, yeah,
that's the front.
That's the front. That's the front door. Yeah.
I love it.
Every night when you get off the bus, you will.
How has COVID affected you guys? Like, do you even have a restaurant running right now?
So I've been here since about early February, mid-February. So I've been through the whole COVID thing. George arrived about a month ago. Our daughter left about 3 weeks ago. She was here too.
Okay.
We are what they consider, so none of the restaurants or anything were open because it's really only starts opening around Easter time. So nothing was open to close when this whole situation happened.
Okay.
Other than one small restaurant that's open now for takeout and delivery. So it has affected us in the fact that we're not open now where we would have been opened.
Right.
But now our plan is June 1st. It looks like everything here is just coming along perfectly.
Okay.
Of course, Tuscany has not been affected anywhere like the northern part of Italy.
Hey, real quick, the slide that you see there,
Yeah.
if you look at that now, between those two olive trees, there's a huge pool.
Cool.
Oh,
Huge.
really?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
A lot bigger than what I thought it would be, yes.
Yeah, there's a big pool right there that overlooks the beautiful view of Montepulciano.
Yes.
Oh,
But
nice.
let me get back
Yeah.
to
So, yes, nothing is open right now. Now, we could have the hotel open if we chose to because there's no real restriction on hotel. We
Right.
have just opted to stay closed because we started doing some other renovation type things, fixing a new reception room.
Sure.
We're changing up some rooms. So we will open everything come June 1st.
Oh my gosh.
You know what's interesting, guys, is that you see Italy, you know, in Italy, yes, it's been very bad. Hey, that's breakfast.
I was just going to say I'm momentarily distracted, I think.
Yes, yes.
Sorry,
Well,
something
you know,
COVID chocolate.
You went to
Oh.
cappuccinos every morning for like cappuccinos and cafes, we like that. And then we'll have Americanos, as we call that, the black dirty water, if you want that. If you have real coffee, that's a little bit more. But, you know, as Linda's talking about the virus and stuff, actually 2/3 of Italy, and I'd actually say 3/4 of Italy has been very,
It's not even barely.
not barely affected. There are places down south that have no viruses. In Tuscany, I mean,
Wow.
we were like less than 100 during the weeks. But it's really two large areas in the north, not large, it's in Milan and over by Venice. And they are 3/4 of the situation with COVID. So we've really been hit by them. And unfortunately, that's where the industrial part is too up there. But here, like in our village and everywhere else, we've been on a
We haven't had the effects that you hear on in the news or the media or however. We're locked in our houses and nobody can come out. And we have our village and all of our area because we can go to stores and grocery stores. There's been no panic. There's plenty of food and toilet paper and paper towels and all that. People aren't walking. Children are not in school, but they're playing. We hear them running through the olive trees all the time. So our experience, we really can only talk about what we've experienced, and it has not been like some of the stories you've heard.
And
Oh,
another
that's good.
thing, guys, for safety wise, I mean, before we can open anything here in Italy, we have to be certified clean. But even though we're clean and everything else, we have to be certified by the government appointed company that will come in and clean and
It's for
disinfect and everything
disinfection.
and everything to make sure that everything is good. So, we're really, really good about being social stewards, I'd say, here in Italy. Everybody's really good about that. And as far as opening up stuff and being cleanliness, and I would tell you, it's funny because when you come to Italy, even when there's not a virus, we don't pick up vegetables with our hands. You have to put a glove on anyway, or you ask the shop owner to pick out your vegetables. So that was before fruit before the virus.
really?
So we're a little different anyway.
Even in major grocery stores, you have to put on plastic gloves before you pick up bananas or apples or broccoli or anything like that because they don't want you touching, whatever you're getting.
Yeah.
But really, for the most part, we have been George and I and our manager here have been very much so on the forefront of, we have ordered machines for disinfection. We've got all new masks. We've got everything. So everything that the government is telling us, we're jumping ahead and we're doing a little extra because we want everyone to know that everything is good and safe.
And the really good thing for us is we are big enough, as you see our kitchen, we're big enough to where we can cook with social distancing. And our restaurant is big enough. If we showed you the dining room, we've been social distancing for years because we're that big. And we also have outdoor dining too. So it's really big for us.
The
Oh,
Georgia
look at everybody happily rolling pasta.
Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. You know, our cooking classes, I have one of my signs behind me because we love to dance in the kitchen because we feel like cooking is something that is meant to be enjoyed. You don't have to worry about doing just a teaspoon or measuring cups. We want you to get in here and feel it and really have fun. So the music comes on and we're rolling pasta and it's really just a fun occasion and experience.
Yes. I do tend to dance a little bit as a DJ too. And our chefs know how to dance too.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
All right.
So it's different chefs every day teaching?
And different locations.
That's okay.
We have different nonas that teach every day. We do 2 classes here, but then, like I said, we go out to other areas so you can feel what it's like to be in other kitchens. So you meet 5 different nonas, and for bread making, for pasta making, every day we make anywhere from a 4 to 7 course lunch, and then we eat what we made. And then at night, we like to go out to fabulous restaurants, and we have anywhere from 4 to 8 courses. So you won't leave hungry.
Oh, I love this.
Don't worry. There's a little bit of shopping in there too.
Yes,
We'll
there's
take it to
some
some
shopping.
shopping places. Yes.
And you know, the best part about all this food, though, is people always get shocked when I tell them this, but they say, oh my God, I'm going to gain so much weight. No one really gains weight. Some people lose a pound or 2 because nothing we eat is processed. Everything is from the garden or fresh flour that we have a mill just down the road. So you're eating fresh and seasonal. You're not eating things like potato chips and candies and stuff.
Hey, and you're looking at that picture. We
Yes.
don't drink wine. I don't want to disappoint anybody, but we don't drink wine before 11 a.m. Okay, so as you notice that picture, there's wine, but as soon as it turned 11 a.m., we had wine.
Where's your clock, Kirsten?
Oh, yeah.
We have a clock. We can do that. There you go. There you go. See, so 11 a.m., we're good to go.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes, so we're good to go.
Yes.
So it's
Oh,
fun.
it's got a happy looking group. And doesn't that look wonderful what they're eating? I'm not sure.
Oh.
It's
Ooh.
That is stuffed zucchini blossoms.
Oh, wow.
They're delicious.
The flowers of the zucchini. In fact, Linda and I just made some for ourselves last week.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really? Because those flowers can be huge. Like,
Oh, yeah, it can be huge. And that's stuffed with fresh ricotta that we get from a farm right down the road here. It's made that morning. And freshly grated Parmesan cheese. And it is just divine.
Wow.
wow. And then do you roast it in the oven?
We do. These are roasted. George fries them sometime, but for the most part, we like them right in the oven stuffed.
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, so I got to fry some things sometimes.
Yeah, you got to fry stuff.
And I would tell you, one of the things we do is we fry pizza dough.
Oh.
Incredible. I mean, man, it's amazing.
Schiacciata.
Schiacciata, we do that. We fry pizza dough with a little bit of salt, a little olive oil. Man.
You eat it all
Oh,
day.
yummy. Oh, now what are they making here?
I like the wine in the background.
Oh, that's the one.
So if you look at the wine there, we're actually in that kitchen. We actually eat there and we do a class there. Extremely good friends of ours. And that right there is the largest, not that little bit, but that restaurant is the largest collection of wine and that he sells. He's a world-class sommelier in Tuscany.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're making our local pasta, which is called pisci, that we were making.
Yes.
It is hand rolled. It's only made right here in the Val Chiana. So it's our local pasta. And we make that traditionally, and then we make it a modern way. So it is definitely going to be your go-to pasta when you get home.
Cool.
I watched you make it on that one video, and it was so easy. I was like, really? I thought making pasta was like an ordeal. I've never actually made it, so, but I really,
Yeah, same here. I thought, well, I'm not going to make my own pasta. No way. I need fancy machine, and oh my God.
yeah. And I
Now,
was like,
we'll
wow.
teach you how to make it, and you
Yes.
will make it at home,
Yes.
and you won't buy the box stuff anymore.
Yeah, it's too easy and
Too
it's-
delicious.
It's too delicious. And as I say, your hands are in dough every day.
Wow.
Nice. Nice. I could live like that.
I know.
Yes.
So that's the, now, oh, here comes, what do we get now?
Oh, it looks more
Oh, that's a huge kitchen there as well.
Our kitchen,
That's
you're just
ours.
looking at the back. So
Oh, okay.
is reversed. That's part of the kitchen, and those are the zucchini blossoms that are all ready to go in the oven.
Ooh, I see.
nice.
And ladies, you'll notice there are some men there. But you know, being the man that I am, I encourage you all not to bring your man. But you will see though that our guests, though, we have guests that, you know, from a lot of fathers come with their daughters and sons or with their nieces and nephews. It's just really about, you know, there's really no age. People say, what's the age? Well, as long as you love food, you can come. And so it's really amazing how many people come because they enjoy the food.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things or compliments that we get is, you know, we have moms that come with daughters or friends that come together, grandmothers, and they come and they create what I like to call life memories. They go home, and then I get emails 5 years later, you know, with a picture saying, my daughter and I were having lunch and we are just talking about our week with you at Cook in Tuscany, and it's a memory we'll never forget. We created something that nobody can understand, you know, because it's our little secret that we did this together.
It's really, it's so awesome because we get, oh, look at Flavio on that slide. Flavio's in the background on the right. That's his vineyard.
Oh,
And that's the start. That's the start of our 8-course meal there.
Yeah.
With 8 different wines. And you know what? He's the guy that makes the wine, and his family actually sold wine to Napoleon 300 years ago.
My God.
wow.
Wow.
Wow, cool. So this is, again, this is your property looking out back.
That is Flavio's property, which is
yeah.
a stone's throw from us. But we do, our property does look like that. And
Yeah.
don't tell Flavio, but I think I look better than him too.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't tell Bob.
We want you to experience, although we think we are in a little paradise right here at Lacusa, we want you to experience other places too. So we go out to wineries, we go to other villages for you to visit. We always, Whitney and I are always there to help guide people for shopping or like something that you're looking for particular. So we don't want you to just stay here. We want you to see lots of beautiful scenery. We take you to a fabulous hot springs where you can dip your toes in the warm water. So it's other things too, other than just being in the kitchen and just drinking lots of wine.
Which we were probably okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had me at kitchen. And well, now you had me at wine, let's face it.
Yeah, let's be honest here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
noticed
guys-
very happy faces.
People will ask about cooking and we'll say, well, do you have to be a chef or do you have to be, and we go, we make the full range of cooking.
Yeah.
You can debone chickens if you want to get into it, or you can hang out with me and drink wine and make fun of people. So we have the whole gamut of the entire experience for anyone who wants to do it. And you may want to do it 1 day, 2 days, you may want to try the whole experience. So you can do that with us.
Yeah.
And you do get a recipe book, and we tell everybody, you know, you do have some people who do some great note-taking in their books, but you should really just look at how people how they do it, how the nonas actually roll the pasta, what they do in there. That's what's really important. Experience that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And that just sounds like a little piece of heaven.
Yeah.
It sounds like visiting like you say, it's like visiting your family there.
Absolutely.
Well, it is interesting because people become, they develop relationships with our friends and they go back and forth. In fact, they'll go visit people and different things like that. It's incredible.
We're very fortunate too that we've had groups that came for a week here, and then the whole group will come to visit us at the school in Mexico. They do a reunion, and then the whole group will come to France. So you make such good friends and stick together. And then this year, for the first time, we're doing, we've had people who are return guests many times. They're the ones that wear the purple aprons. But this year, we're doing our first full group of second and third timers, and they're doing a whole new program, and they're super excited about that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool because people say, guys, you do the same thing every week. And I go, guys, it's Christmas. Do you ever get tired of watching people open up presents?
No.
Every day, I know what's coming, and Linda has to calm me down. And people will actually tell me, guests will say, George, have you did this before? And I go, well, yeah, I had. They go, well, it doesn't seem like it. And I go, because I know what's coming. I'm so excited for them to see it and experience it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And you get to do it. And once you do it, you're like, I think I'm gonna get my own group, and I'm gonna come back with my own friends. And I don't change a thing because I want to be like you, George. I want to watch you. I don't want to. So we do that.
That's it.
Well, it just seems wonderful. I think we should open up and see if we have any questions from any of the ladies watching. So let me.
Yeah, I was going to ask, you mentioned that all levels of chefability, as it were, have something there. Like, we don't have to feel intimidated.
No, absolutely not. I really call it cooking occasions because we want it to be fun. So
Yes.
I think everybody should try to roll pasta, and everybody should stir a pot or add something. But some people really want to do every bit, and some people really just want to have fun, roll some pasta, learn a little bit, and then just enjoy the company of being in the kitchen. So we welcome all levels. So if you're not a chop, 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 that's okay, because we're having fun. We're not worried about that, but you're welcome to do everything because it's all hands on.
Oh, the stories we could tell of people who have come just to have fun.
Yes.
And it's funny because they've come back for fun, and they've come to all the other locations just for fun, just to drink wine and for fun. You're like, well, really, you gotta do this? I go, nah, I'm just gonna drink wine and watch in the cooking class. But they keep coming back, and they're great.
So what do you do with the dough after you've got it rolled out in that little string?
So this just goes into boiling water for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's done.
Really?
And this was just flour, water, and a couple of drops of olive oil, and we just mix it up with our hand, and then we roll it out, and that's it. It's called Pici, P-I-C-I.
Yes. Do you guys, if you can see it, you see how uneven it because it's rolled through our hands? You'll be able to do that once you see here. There's actually a test at the airport gate. You cannot exit Italy if you cannot do this. But once you do this, you'll do it at home, and it's incredible. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
No test.
Oh, Linda, don't tell them that yet. But there is this is what people do on Sundays and Thursdays. Restaurants will hand roll their pasta. That's what we do here.
So they don't.
I have
so
a
they-
question.
they do it as-
What's the typical size of groups that you have for your week?
So our typical size is anywhere from 12 to 16. We usually try to stop by 16, but sometimes, it's hard for me to say no. So sometimes we get 1 or 2 more, but we try to stick between the 12 and 16 range.
Perfect.
Nice.
It's a perfect size for everybody to still be able to enjoy everything. Everybody can still move around, and it's just we find it's perfect.
Yeah, and I find that my cabaret line is not as good when it's over 16.
I'm so sorry.
We we have a question from Pauline. So I'm going to unmute her. And hi, Pauline, can you hear us? Oh, unmute. Maybe you're muted yourself. Can you unmute yourself?
Colleen, if you can hear us.
Unmute.
Down, at least for me, it's in the bottom left corner.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm clicking on it, but nothing's happening. So I'm wondering if she...
There, oh, Colleen, can we hear you?
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Pauline. How are you?
hi. I'm good. How are you? Hi, Christine.
Hi,
Can you-
Colleen. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Did you have
Hi, Colleen.
Well, the sound's not very good. It's echoing, actually.
Yeah, there is a little bit of an echo, isn't there?
A little
Yeah.
bit.
But this couple looks wonderful.
Yes.
You enjoy your hotel and all the services you provide, don't they?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. And did you have a question for did you have a question for any of our panelists?
Wondering what time of year usually you have these meetings and when we might be able to go. Yeah, there's no flights right now.
Well, there's some
Yeah.
coming out, but you don't want to come right now. We run the classes, I think Marianne, correct me, is it June?
Yes, so we have a women's travel club exclusive group going in June of 2021. I think there's a link to that in the chat, and maybe Irene or Debbie could repost that just so it goes to the top. But then also if they run their weeks all year long. So if our week doesn't
Fabulous.
work for you and you have another time, then we can certainly help put you in touch and set up a different week for you. You just won't get all
Do
of
they
us
make
on
their
it.
own wine also?
We don't make wine yet. Our vineyard is being, we had a vineyard here on the property that we found. We didn't know was coming with us, but we have stripped it all. We kept about 5 of the over 100-year-old vines, and they will be planting the new vineyard in late February, early March. The ground is getting prepared. It has to prepare before you
Yes.
can put new vines in.
Yes. Yeah, it's everything around here. There's no shortage of work. So if you want to come here on like kind of like a work program, you can come here and you can help me.
Not
Because
really.
I'm only got 200. I got 1,000 olive trees I have to take care of, and then I also have to worry about the vineyard. So yes, come on out for your work program.
But we will take you to some wonderful winemakers that do everything themselves. We don't go to any big fancy wineries where you're going to have industrial type things. These are all local wineries where they plant, they live on the farm, they bottle, they crush, they do it all.
Yes, and they will tell you they're not winemakers; they're farmers.
No. Yeah.
Right. Very nice.
Oh, very nice.
All right.
Did we have any other questions? You can either type it in the question answer, or if you want to raise your hand, we can open you up to talk, or if you have any comments or anything.
And it was nice to hear your voice again, Pauline. Well, now's not probably the time to just catch up.
Well, it's been a long time since Morocco.
Definitely.
Oh, Morocco!
Oh,
We ended up in Morocco. We were in a car in Spain, and I said, let's just go.
we went to Morocco.
We're the kind of people who don't plan trips. We just kind of go.
Oh,
So
wow.
we ended up in Morocco in the car.
It was
Who'd have
fantastic.
thunk it? Yeah.
When was that?
Oh, God, that must have been 10, 12
Oh,
years
probably
ago.
10 years ago. Yeah, easily. More
There
than
were
that.
a lot of
Nice.
people that were caught in Morocco with this coronavirus.
What's that?
A lot of people were caught in Morocco and couldn't get out.
Oh.
True. With the corona.
Yeah, because they closed the borders rather abruptly.
They
They
did.
did.
Right.
Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
we have Brenda here. Let's try and unmute her. Oh, hi, Brenda. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
And the Southern accent. I just missed the first part. What is the exact location?
It's Montefilonaco, Tuscany. So we're in the southern part of Tuscany. We're about 8 kilometers from the largest hilltop village of Montepulciano. So about an hour south of Florence, 2 hours north of Rome.
And if you've ever watched the Under the Tuscan Sun, we're right by Cortona.
You're where, compared to Tuscan Sun, you're right there? I didn't quite hear.
Yeah, Under the Tuscan Sun, you can see Cortona from here. It's about 10 kilometers away, 15 kilometers.
Oh, so you're very close.
Yes, yes.
So you can go under the Tuscan sun yourself, Rennie.
Well, I did this once with another group, another location, but this looks like it's a lot of fun.
It
Doesn't it?
Very entertaining.
I
I loved it. I have always thought about, I want to go back to Tuscany and do another cooking. Not that I cook. Well,
Yeah, I think it's more about the drinking of the wine for me.
Hey, Brenda, I don't cook either. I eat and drink wine. But we're right
that's
there
kind
with
of why I would go.
Yep, that's perfect. Sounds like a lot of the best of everybody's kitchen party.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. But the perk was we would go out on, pardon me?
I said, we really enjoy just having fun. So we try to make sure that everybody's having a great time. It's a relaxed atmosphere. You don't need to bring any fancy shoes or fancy dresses. We're casual and we just want to have a good time.
Good, yes. Well, that looks like what you're having now. Looks like you would have a wonderful time.
Now, George,
It's not where you are, it's who you're with, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
Okay.
You know, and I tell that to Linda all the time, Brenda. She's with me.
Exactly. Okay. I was just wondering the location. So
all right.
enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have 2 more questions that were typed in. Deanne wants to know if the classes involve bread baking. And I think we touched on that, and we do.
Yes. So the answer yes to that? Oh, how lovely. I missed the bread baking somehow.
So we go on one day, we go out to an organic farm and we make cheese. But before we go to the cheese making class, we do bread. We do a Tuscan bread and then we do a focaccia. And you make it and it's super easy to make. Then we all go out to the old brick oven and we bake it, and George will pour hot olive oil over the bread and we eat it right there. It's absolutely fantastic. So we do make bread.
Sounds so good.
Oh my God.
And then Marianne, a different Marianne, asked the question, do most people come alone or with friends? I'm apprehensive about coming alone. Well, that is where we come in the picture, because if you come on our group, Marianne, you won't be alone. You'll be with
us, friends.
A group of women that most of them are coming as solo travelers also. And by, the second glass of wine on the first night, you're going to feel like an old friend.
Yeah, we really, the one good thing I can tell you, Marianne, about the groups are that even solo travelers, we are traveling like a little group anyway. So people make friends and you never have to really worry about being alone because we're always there. Somebody always wants to go to the shop or something, and we never want anybody to feel like they're alone. So we all become like a pack. And we all go together, and it's a lot of fun. You make new friends, and you stick together, and you'll find that you will keep in contact with these people for a very long time and forever. You make friends forever.
Nice.
Deanne wants to know how many rooms are in your hotel.
We have 18 rooms here on the property.
Can you tell me with the rooms, how many are twin occupancy?
So we have, it's kind of, remember, this building is from, 1100. So everything's a little quirky. No room is the same. You're not going to like a Hilton Hyatt where everything is cookie cutter in the same bed. But every room we can add beds to. So if you happen to have 2 women or 2 whatever, or 3, whatever you want to do, we can always add beds, and we have rooms that adjoin. So maybe somebody wants a solo room, but they want, they still want to be with their friends. So we have some rooms that join together. We have some rooms that have a little sitting area and some that don't. It just depends on what. We try to accommodate as many requests as we can. Because the hotel's a little quirky, if you need a place that doesn't have steps, then we try to accommodate that first. If you need something that maybe is closer to the kitchen where you don't feel as comfortable maybe walking from all the way in the back to the front, then we try to make sure the health and safety requests come first.
And so if you're on our website, on the booking form, there's a spot for special requests. Just in there, write down anything that is like that you can think that, oh, I don't want to do steps, or I want it close to the kitchen, or I want a view, or whatever special request you have. Write it in that spot, and Debbie, when Debbie will be the contact person from us doing the bookings with Linda and George. So Debbie will talk to Linda and George and be like, okay, we need this or that, and try and get that arranged.
Hey, I think it's a little bit more like Linda will ask me and I will say, yes, Linda.
No, it's not.
You can have it, it can be, yes.
I promise you, you don't have to deal with him the whole week.
Why are you laughing, Kirsten? Why are you laughing? I'm serious about that.
Oh, too much fun.
Okay, I think we're getting close to our hour mark here, and we have kept Linda and George up very late in Tuscany.
Thank you
More
very much.
importantly, my wine is running out.
Yeah.
Their wine is running out.
I'm not trying to. Yes.
We're getting
And
to that.
after watching them drink wine for an hour, I need to go get a glass of wine.
Yeah, you do.
George just whispered to me, that bottle's getting a little empty.
Get it to that
I know, I need another one.
that critical point of, do we open another glass, a bottle rather, or do we go to bed now?
No.
Oh, no, we keep
No,
on.
it's true. We opened another glass. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Someone once asked me, George, what do you do with the bottle? How long does it store once you open? And I was serious. I went, I've never had that problem. I don't understand. What do you mean? What are you drinking? Why don't you store up a bottle of wine? I don't understand that. Oh, well.
Oh, that's too funny.
Excellent. I can't thank you enough. This was so much fun. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as we did.
And thank you to all our attendees as well for taking time out of your day to come and listen to us chit-chat about cooking in Tuscany.
Yes, and we very much look forward to, it'll be me because I'm the boss and I got to do it. It's mine.
Hey,
So
Kirsten,
I will see.
Kristen, we'll have our own private Tuscany tour. Don't worry.
Tuscany tour, exactly. Oh, and we just had a couple of last minute question. I think that we've got to answer. Oh, I think we did answer. Tess, the one question was that if she's not a great cook, will she be a hindrance to the group? And the answer is not at all.
No,
not at all.
We're here to have fun.
Yeah. And yes, you can definitely come solo, Tess. And you can either opt to have your own room, or if you want to share and take advantage of the double rate, you can choose to share and we'll match you with a suitable roommate. So absolutely come solo. Most ladies do come solo on the tours. And I can't wait for June. It can't come fast enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank y'all so much. We're
Yes.
super excited. We're happy that y'all are coming, and we'll be here waiting. We will have wine and pasta, everything ready for you.
We will
Excellent.
be here. We will be here. Don't worry, guys. Come
Thank
on.
you. Thank you,
ciao,
everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao.